Bro, what's going on, man?
Everybody hates me.
What are you talking about? What is this, man? What's going on with you? Come on, man. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on, dude. What's brought this on?
Nobody likes me. All the reviews of me online are negative. People hate me.
Okay, I admit, some reviewers have been a little bit harsh to you, but I like you. I mean, for crying out loud, I put you in my top 10 Transformers of 2015. That's got to count for something.
Oh yeah, a lot of good that did. You only have like 100 subscribers. Plus you barely bought any figures in 2015.
Number one, rude. Number two, you know I hate that robots in disguise crap. I mean, there's not much out there for me to buy right now.
You should have bought the robots in disguise figures. I'm a loser.
No, you are not a loser. I'm going to show you a loser. Come with me. We're going to go see a loser right now. Best believe I'm going to show you a loser. Look right here. This is a loser. I mean, get a load of this guy. He comes out, uses this name. He does not even bring the rest of his teammates with him. And Betatron? What is this garbage? Notice, I got him, 2 days ago? Where is he? He's on the ground. He's unopened. I am practically treating this figure like garbage, and still I feel like I'm acknowledging his existence, and that is too much. This guy is a loser. Look at him! He's a loser!
Primus, man, calm down.
Sorry, I lost my cool there. Must be seeing red. Tell you what, Brawl. To prove to you that you're not a loser, I'm going to put this guy where he belongs. And then I'm going to put you where you belong.
Okay.
Here, stand right here. Stand right here. Be right back. Look what I'm going to do with this guy. Look, okay? Trash can. Boom. In there. Done. No more. You want to know where you belong, Brawl? You want to know where you belong? Belong with the rest of your friends on my Combiner Wars shelf. You belong, Brawl. Get over yourself. You're not that bad. You're not scattershot bad. And thank God for that!
Thanks, I guess.
You know what, Brawl? I've got a solution. You need a good review. Okay? I got it. I'm going to review you. We're going to give you a good review. And that's going to change your whole world, man. I promise. Alright? Let's go do that. Let's go get a good review. And if you're a good boy, afterwards I'll get you an ice cream. And then we can both pee on scattershot together. That'll be a good bonding experience. What is up, Transformer fans, and welcome to the second Bruticus week, day 5. Today we're taking a look at the Transformers Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Brawl. And here he is in his vehicle mode. He's a nice little Abrams tank. You can obviously see he's this kind of hunter green color, very military looking, very, very nice. On camera it kind of comes across as a brown, but in person you really can tell it's green. So it's kind of weird. It's one of those colors that does not do well on camera, but like I said, in person, you would see what he really is green. He's got these gunmetal gray tracks down here, and you can see, obviously the tracks are made up of 3 different sections of panel. Underneath here, he does have wheels, so he can roll. So that's nice. Another talking point in his vehicle mode is underneath here you actually don't see a lot of the robot. We'll get to why that's so later. But that's a very good compliment here in vehicle mode that you can't see a lot of robot bits. But first, before we talk about robot, let's talk about this vehicle mode a little bit. It is so detailed. You have all kinds of vents and raised bits. It just looks really, really cool. There's all kinds of detail all over him. Even on the top here, you've got the hatches, and you've got all this detail up here. He just looks really cool. There's rivets molded in everywhere. Obviously, this painted Decepticon symbol is very, very nice, and there's one on either side. Coming around to the back here, you've got some silver vents back there. And even in the back where they've done this hollow bit, the way they've molded it, it looks like the back of a tank. It looks like it's vented, and it's got all these little extra parts back there. It just, overall, it looks really nice and really detailed, and he really catches your eye here in vehicle mode. I just can't get over how good he looks as a tank. Functionality-wise, like I said, he does roll. The turret does not rotate, unfortunately, due to the way he transforms, but you do get this rotation here with the barrel, so you can do that. So it does rotate like so, up and down. It doesn't turn side to side. However, you do get his hand-foot gun, which is this really cool. It looks a lot like Swindle's. It's got the double barrel there, and it's got kind of like a engine machinery type deal up here. So that's very neat. More detailing there with him. And there's a little peg back here that if you flip this up, you can do it one of two ways. I'll show you the way I prefer last, but you can flip it all the way up and around and kind of plug the gun on up here like that. I mean, that's still pretty neat. It gives him some armor. But if you want, you can kind of swing it back like so, and then flip this down, and it hides most of the hand underneath here. And this is actually the way I believe it's supposed to be. It kind of hides the hand and sets that extra little turret bit further back. So this is a nice way to use the hand-foot gun. I love it when they integrate it into the vehicle mode in a feasible way, and it's also kind of a throwback to the G1 Combaticons. They all came with parts that you could mess with them and, armor them up. So, for those of you that don't know, Brawl is an entirely new mold. That feels so good to say. But since he is a new mold, I don't have anyone who shares his basic skeleton, so I can't really compare him to another version of himself. So I'm just going to have to compare him to yesterday's review. This is the Deluxe Swindle. So you can see here, compared to Swindle, Brawl is obviously a little bit shorter, but in terms of thickness and length, he is the same size. So he fits in really, really well with the rest of the Combaticons, and they just look good sitting next to each other. All the military equipment, I really like it. So yeah, that's his tank mode. Anyway, let's transform him. What you want to do first... Seriously, I cannot get over saying new mold. We've never seen a transformation quite like his, so I'm going to try to show it in detail. What you want to do first, you want to take the turret, and it kind of accordion folds up like so, and it just kind of gets out of the way right there. You want to untab his legs in a couple spots. There's a spot here and a spot on either side, so you just kind of want to wiggle it loose and get it all loosey. Then, his legs fold out like so. And then I'm trying to see if you can see that. There's two little teeth, and they bite down on either side of that leg. So I'll show you again from the front what totally happens. So you fold the whole leg down and out, and then compress all that together. So there's the legs. Then what you want to do is you want to take this whole middle section, and actually, before we do that so you can see it accurately, you want to take the front treads here, and you want to bring them up and out to the side, which releases this. So now you can accordion fold, again, it's like this guy is all accordion folds. All this down, that clips in right there, rotate the waist, straighten him up, turn the turrets like so, not the turrets, the treads, drop these arm panels here, they kind of untab and just hinge down. Then you want to come behind here, flip up his head, and then the turret itself comes along his back and rotates down like so. And there we have Brawl in his robot mode. And here in robot mode, you'll notice a lot of the robot mode is made up of tank components. And that is what I really, really love about this figure. He doesn't have to fake anything. He's just, at his core, a transformer. He uses the parts from his vehicle mode to make up his robot mode. He doesn't have to pull any tricks or be fancy. He just transforms, and that's what I really like about this guy. He obviously he's still mostly that dark green, but some lighter gray has been revealed here in his thighs, and you can see some more dark gray has been revealed on his little crotch area and then his head. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take an up-close look. He looks really, really nice, really cool. I love the head crest. One thing I do notice about the head, though, is it tends to tilt backward, so you kind of have to fiddle with him a little bit and get him to be looking straight at you, so he kind of ends up hunching forward a little bit. But, you know, it's just a slight thing. His head looks back just enough to be noticeable. But, yeah, robot mode is really cool. He's got, articulation-wise, rotation there at the head. Nothing ball joint, you know, it's just a rotation. You can make him look back, but, you know. The shoulders are kind of weird because you have this dual pivot, so you can kind of make him, like, hunch his shoulders or drop them or whatever. He does have a ball joint at the elbow. You don't get much articulation because of the way all this folds up, but for the most part, you know, his elbow is pretty decent. He does have rotation at the waist here, ball joint at the hips with a cutout to the side, a thigh swivel, a knee bend, and then even ankle tilts. The guy that designed Rook designed the Brawl mold, and it really shows because I'm picking up a lot of similar design cues, and that ankle tilt must like be his signature, I guess. Speaking of the other mold, we'll bring in Swindle again, who is a redo of Rook as well. So you can see them together here in robot mode, and you do kind of get the feeling that Swindle is a bit beefier than Brawl, and unfortunately it does seem that way. I'm not sure if it's as much Brawl's fault as it is Swindle's, but regardless, you should be aware that Brawl is supposed to be the big beefy guy on the team, and he's just not in this case. So that's something to be aware of. We'll go ahead and talk about his weapons. One of them you've been seeing since the beginning, and the other one is his hand-foot gun. Obviously, we'll bring it back in, and he can hold it if you want him to, but why would you do that? I can also peg in here if you want, like, I don't know. His handgun is also the turret for vehicle mode. And literally all it does is it just clips in here. You just kind of have to wiggle it loose. I don't want to rip it off or anything, but yeah, you just kind of pull it loose. And you can have him hold it in his hand, which is ingenious. I love when they incorporate weapons like that. You don't have to use them, but they're there if you want them, and you don't have to carry around extra parts. I could leave this on him for as long as I wanted, and it could be the articulated turret for the tank mode, and just not even worry about carrying around an extra gun. It's right there if I need it. So, let's go ahead and talk about his major weakness. Obviously, it's here in the waist. Because the way this all folds up, you can kind of see it's a weird mishmash of hinges and everything. A lot of people don't like it. They say that it comes apart. And if you do wiggle him, yes, it comes apart. But mine does stay together pretty solidly. So, you know, on my end, it's not too bad. But from an engineering standpoint, there really was no other way to get his legs from back here all the way down here rotated around. So I know it's kind of an issue, but for me, it's not that big of an issue. Honestly, I would rather have a new mold with robot scoliosis than just another Alpha Bravo repaint. But anyway, I still really, really like Brawl, and he's definitely my favorite Combaticon Deluxe. He made my top 10 Transformers of 2015 for a reason. He looks nice in both modes. He has a great transformation. I love the fact that his weapons integrate into vehicle mode, and I love the fact that he doesn't have to cheat in terms of his transformation. He just uses components from the vehicle mode to make up his robot mode. He doesn't have to do a fake chest like Swindle or, you know, I'm trying to think of another one right now, but Swindle's a good example of using a fake chest, and he has all that kibble on his back. So, anyway, I really, really like Brawl, and I hope you guys like him too. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow in Bruticus Week, Day 6.